See, for the first time in the history of this country, we got more people voting for a living than we do working for a living. And most of the folks in this room, I guarantee you, are hard-working folks. But the problem is there's so many folks now that don't have to do a thing. In government, we've continued to reward bad behavior. Anytime we give somebody money, we're rewarding them. We're telling them to keep doing what they're doing. We discourage you from taking that risk to hire another employee. We discourage you from opening that business. And so government's got to change what it does. Babies having babies, somebody's got to talk about. Politicians don't want to talk about it anymore because it's politically incorrect. The fact that we continue to improve education cannot really be improved until we address the real problem. I can show you a bar graph where free and reduced lunch has the worst test scores in the state of South Carolina. You show me the school that has the highest free and reduced lunch, and I'll show you the worst test scores, folks. It's there, period. And so how do you fix it? Well, you say, look, if you receive goods or services from the government, then you owe something back. If you don't pay your taxes, do you think the government's going to come get you? They are. Mm-hmm. All of us. There's repercussions if we don't do certain things. If you receive goods and services from the government, there are no repercussions. We don't make you take a drug test. We ought to. We don't even make you show up to your child's parent-teacher conference meeting or to the PTA meeting. You go to a school where there's an active participation of parents, and guess what? They have the highest test scores. So what do? You say, look, folks, if you receive goods or services from the government and you don't attend the parent-teacher conference, bam, you lose your benefits. We're going to have to do things like that. We can't afford to keep just giving money away. My grandmother was not a highly educated woman, but she told me as a small child to quit feeding stray animals. You know why? Because they breed. You're facilitating the problem. If you give an animal or a person ample food supply, they will reproduce. Especially one that don't think too much further than that. And so what you've got to do is you've got to curtail that type of behavior. They don't know any better. I was talking to a nurse the other day, and she was in the hospital delivery room of a girl that was 10 years old delivering a baby. Can you imagine that? What chance does that child have with a mother that's a baby herself? Very little chance. And so I hope in the General Assembly more of you will speak up and say, this political correctness is killing our country.